Hi, it's Joe Nagan. I'd like to show you a couple more features of our soffit fitting for bath fans for terminating a bath fan in a soffit overhang. I wanted to mention that not only is our fitting designed to work in an 18-inch soffit, as you see here, it's also set up physically that it's small enough that we can even get that in a 12-inch soffit panel, which, if we remember, only measures 10.5 inches on the inside clearance. The design of the bracket and the fitting is entirely user-friendly so that we can get in just about any application where you could not get in with typical top-loaded fittings that have to mount to a soffit panel. The other thing I want to point out is that when you run the ductwork over the top plate, as you can see here, what's nice about it is that I like to actually attach the ductwork right to the side of the bottom cord of the truss, because when I went over the top plate in the first place to get my elbow to attach for the fitting, it allows me to support the flex pipe during a rough-in so that the drywall will eventually hold it in place. The ductwork then is actually held tight to the drywall eventually, buried in the loose fill insulation, which is a real plus for cold climates. Again, this works in both 18-inch soffits, 12-inch soffit. Same unique features no matter which size of soffit you happen to be dealing with. Good morning, this is Joe Nagan from BathFan Solutions in Kaukauna. Today we're out to look at an alternative soffit installation for the new Liberator termination system for bath fan venting out of soffit. Today we're on a job site where the soffit fascia panel is actually going to be hardy board or smart siding, the wood material, versus our aluminum cover on a regular 2x6 fascia board. So in that particular case, from the inside, we're going to see that the soffit panel is going to be recessed up behind the fascia board, the trim board. So we're going to need to make sure that when we mount the bracket for the termination system, that we're flush with the bottom of that 2x6, as you can see here. You can see that I have my 3 mounting screws installed. I have the bracket held flush with the bottom of the 2x6 supporting fascia member, but the soffit panel is going to be up at this point. So in order for the fitting to actually work correctly when we snap it in, as you can see here, we're going to need to make sure that we get that mounting bracket up flush where the recessed soffit panel is actually going to be installed. Now when we put our bracket all together, we could put the bracket cap on, lock it in place, and put our grill in place. The grill is set up that when you take it out of the box, it has a number 8 fastener comes with it. Once you run it through the plastic, there's a little retainer tab on the back side that keeps the screw from falling out, so we don't have to worry about losing that. But make sure you install the grill after you're done hooking up your ductwork, so that you leave the grill here in the soffit location, so we don't have to have somebody looking for this later on. The siding contractor can come along, remove the grill, cut the hole for the soffit panel, install the soffit panel, and then simply reinstall the grill, rotating the vanes to direct the air away from the building. So be sure that you install the face grill when you're done with the ducting installation.